What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
We're here to give you an epic review on Loki, episode 2, starring Tom Hiddleston. This is Marvel's Phase 4 TV show run. This is their third show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, their third show. And
Not
they
including the Netflix stuff. We don't.
Yeah.
talk about
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that. But this is their third show for the Disney Plus TV shows. Second episode of Loki, and we're gonna tell you what we think about it right after our intro. We working on some stuff. As you can see, we built a new studio, and we got the monitors, we got the background. So we getting there, but we still got a little ways to go. So we still working some kinks out. I just saw my intro was like over in the corner. I didn't notice that it wasn't like moved. I don't know why. I gotta fix that. But anyway,
it's always something, folks.
yeah, we're getting there. But Loki, season 1, episode 2. On the whole, what you think about this episode?
You know what? I like the episode. It feels so weird to be watching a Loki show. Like the first episode, it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me the first episode.
When you say hit you, is that in a good way or a bad way?
No, I'm just saying like it didn't hit me how awkward it is for Loki to have his own TV show until this episode, because it's like I know that the Loki I'm watching hasn't become the Loki I like yet.
Right.
You know?
Well, right. Oh, the Loki you like is the good guy Loki?
Like the reluctant, fine, we'll save the world because I like living in the world Loki, you know?
Yeah, I actually like both Lokis because we need that villain. We need him, but he's going to get the Harley Quinn treatment, the Venom treatment, the Deadpool treatment. Do you know what I mean by this?
I do, yeah.
Where he was a villain at first, a straight-up villain, nothing more, but he got so popular, they make him an anti-hero.
Like, and
that's what he is now.
And it's really annoying to keep having all these, like, because all of these characters, they're not, like, they're so clearly not good guys.
Yeah. They
just keep kind of accidentally, in some cases, saving the day.
Yeah.
Which I would be fine with.
Well, but the anti-hero, he'll fight bad guys only when it's convenient for him, or when it's he'll kill the bad guy or whatever, you know.
Yeah. But like they've cast Loki in this as kind of like an underdog in a weird way. It's just he's the only one that doesn't know he's an underdog.
Well, I'm going to challenge you on that because the more I'm watching it, the more I'm saying they make him look like he's he's in over his head.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's all part of the plan.
I mean, if it is great, you know.
I mean, because I feel like you're gonna get that moment down the line where you thought it's kind of like when somebody playing like they stupid, and the whole time you saying Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole time, you know, he walking with the crippled arm and stuff, and then when he revealed that he was the main villain, he, you know, his arm goes straight, he starts smoking a cigarette and walking straight. And, you know, they was like, you know, yes, you ready to go, sir? Like, yeah. So it's kind of like,
I mean,
you know,
I hope you're right. I'm not very optimistic, you know, but I really would love for you to be right.
Don't fall for the okie doke. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Everybody else falling for it. And this is like, every time he tried to come up with something, used to be thinking, is he playing them or is he for real? Is he playing them? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because he did have a couple of moments there where I'm like, oh, he on this. Oh, no, he's just.
Well, see, my thing is, I think he would better serve himself by helping them to get to where he need to be. But it seems that maybe he just didn't know.
Like, and this is
kind of like he wasn't trying to, like he was just stalling or whatever.
This is kind of my problem with Loki in the MCU in general. Is like he's that guy. Like he's basically like the personification of the Scorpion from the Scorpion and the Frog. You know,
Right.
and it's like the opportunity was there.
My nature.
You know, I had to go ahead and stab you in the back. I was carrying your ass across the
Well,
river.
the thing is, that makes them stupid. Like they keep on saying, he's a backstabber, he's a liar, and then he be like, trust me, I ain't gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like
he's literally not doing nothing to earn their trust, but just say,
that's kind of my problem with this.
I ain't gonna do it.
This is kind of the problem I'm coming up against in this series. It's just like everyone agrees Loki can't be trusted. He shouldn't be anywhere near this. Okay, Loki, come on, we got to go do this.
Right. I mean, it's part of the story, but it's like, come on, y'all ain't got common sense now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how long
y'all wasn't with it? He proved you right for not being with it, and now you're letting him stay on the team.
How many times do he have to stab you in the back before you know that he's full of crap? You know, eventually, like on the picture right there, eventually gonna run for mayor or something. Vote for Loki. Yeah.
Loki for president.
So let's talk about the plot of the second episode. You know, he's joined the Time Variant organization, and let's talk about that organization too. They seem to be like no better than just regular cops. Like it's like y'all can go to different time streams or time lines, but what can y'all do? Why did they choose them guys? It's just like they got batons.
That's the thing. It's not
and they don't seem that smart.
It's not that they chose them; like they made them. They're literally just like bulk order cannon fodder.
Huh. Interesting.
You know, it's just that since the TVA is the only organization that can do what it does, they can send them to any time period, any location. So it's like a bunch of dudes in body armor show up out of nowhere.
I know, and I know. I mean, you're gonna have your numbers, and everybody's not gonna be competent because that's if you play the number games, that's how you're gonna end up. But I was looking like y'all go to where the trouble's at, and then y'all just get your ass kicked. It's like y'all, why? Who are y'all? You're like y'all just cops.
Well, like
they just.
And I guess by and large,
they got batons.
By and large, like because I think part of it is no one ever knows when or where they're coming.
Yeah, I mean they got advantages like that.
But also by virtue of they haven't stated as such, but I think they probably have some way of making themselves less noticeable. Because no one ever seems to react properly to seeing them.
Well, I mean, right? It is funny because they just like walk into timelines.
Yeah.
I guess they.
Hey, are you guys here for the sale?
Yeah, I guess they just use like a neuralizer,
like something,
right? Something equivalent to the neuralizer where they just make everybody forget.
Yeah, like the first group that shows up to handle I guess a variant in this episode, like it's literally like they show up out of nowhere. Hey, you guys aren't dressed right.
I didn't quite understand that music that was playing. Was she listening to that, or was they just playing that music?
I think that was set so. What I think happened was that was set up for an event at the Ren Fair, and she just queued it up, like
the music.
Yeah,
like it was actually playing in the.
Like it was set to play when an event
only because
started.
And the reason why I asked that, I mean, I was kind of doing something at that moment, but I kind of looked up and I'm like, why are they playing that music? And she kind of like, I don't know. It felt like when we talking about it was one of the cops or whatever.
Yeah.
And they start playing this "We Need a Hero" music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's almost like she was like fighting to the music.
Yeah. So like, I think like because the announcement came over the loudspeaker before that fight started, and so what I think happened was like that was set to cue when the event that was supposed to be held there at that Ren Fair started off, and since they walked in, I think they just triggered it.
Okay, so all right, cool. But anyway, Loki's supposed to find. And you know what? It ain't no spoiler. You already seen the first episode. He's going to find himself.
Yeah.
And of course, there's another version of Loki from whatever timeline, and So, and this is the thing, and I'm not spoiling nothing. Loki wants to take over the Time organization.
He's not hiding it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, we talked about this earlier. The way he keep on asking about, say, hey, so you gonna let me meet them?
About me getting a face to face with the timekeepers,
and then they keep calling him out as, yeah, you want to try to find some way to overthrow them. Like, how you gonna do that? They're like, let me worry about it. It's almost like it's almost like he know that his plan is so absurd that he don't think they'll take him serious, but he's actually serious.
Yeah, like he gets that to them, like the timekeepers can't be like actually directly like taken out. So it's like, so if there's nothing to worry about, let me meet him.
Right.
What could I possibly do?
I'm almost to the point where I let him meet. I'm like, what can you do? You're not going to do anything. But yeah, so by him meeting, and I think this is also a bad idea, by him meeting himself, that's going to be a scheme on top of a scheme. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, what was Owen Wilson's character's name? Mobius?
Mobius, yeah.
How you thought that was going to end?
Well, you know what? I think he said it himself. Loki needs to prove that he's the best Loki. Like, he's already assured of his superiority over every other living being he comes across. But when the other living being is Loki, he has to prove he's the better Loki.
Yeah. Or the part when he was explaining about he was explaining something. He was using his food to like you don't need to do that.
Yeah, none of this is necessary, bro.
But it was it's clever. I like the idea. I was to a point where I was like, well, let's just get on with it. They seemed like they took a minute to get to where they was going.
Yeah, I've never been so glad this is only going to be 6 episodes.
So you not digging it?
No, I dig it. This episode kind of exemplifies why this can't be a long series.
Yeah,
And
this is a short series, and this was an episode where I ain't gonna say it wasted time. It was just taking a while because once we know that he's working with them, let's hit the ground running.
It's a little self-indulgent.
They kind of went to a mission, came back, talked again, it was like, why we come back? Why we come back to the headquarters?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just so we can learn this new clue, so we can go find. You should have done that in the beginning.
Yeah.
We didn't need to go, do a little something, and then go back to the headquarters, get a clue, and then you go. It's like, okay.
Well, it's like because it sucks that like the first mission only exists to exemplify that Loki is on his usual stuff.
Yeah.
And they still don't trust him, which we already knew.
Right.
Like, I don't think they needed to
I don't see how they even mission was like a failure or something because it was already all he did was he tried to waste a little time and that was it.
Yeah.
But it wasted our time.
Yeah. So it's like it feels like it makes it feel like it's dragging on, which is not something we need.
Right. It's like you said, it's good. I like the series, but I would like for them to get to where we need to go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's get to where we need to go. And they keep on talking about the time people. If we don't meet them, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, every episode, they have to do a nice front and center mural of the timekeepers. You know,
but every time I see them now, they look a bit silly.
Yeah.
Because they look a bit silly because it looked like a dog or he said a lizard dude. Yeah. They just look like animals or something like this is like a joke.
Like they look like a couple of tall people in robes, which is a sci-fi mainstay, But
I mean, they might be cool once you see them or whatever. It's just I don't know. What's the Green Lantern,
the Guardians?
Yeah, it seems like them.
Yeah. Well, because I always imagine the Guardians don't look so weird when all you see is their heads in these voluminous robes, and then when you realize they're 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean they look weird. They look like midgets that's sitting on them. Yeah. But okay, but no, it's just the fact that they keep on, and then they ask questions. Loki asked questions of who created you? Why are you here? He's like, oh yeah, the timekeepers brought me here, and this is why my purpose. And all like,
well, they made him. Like, it's not that you brought him there. He didn't exist previously. Like, they made Mobius and all the other time.
really?
Members.
So they wasn't
every
born.
every member of the TVA is supposed to have been made for the purpose of serving in the TVA.
That is interesting. I didn't know that. I thought they were just people.
Yeah, nah.
So they don't have family and
Nope.
stuff. And
The TVA is all they've got.
interesting.
That's why when Mobius is talking, he was talking about how lucky he was to be brought into existence with this glorious purpose.
Huh. Yeah, that sucks. Is that why they had the big spiel about the jet ski?
Yeah,
And because I was like,
because he's never
see, because they're not allowed to do anything.
right.
I was wondering. I was like, because he had this big deal about. He's like, why you got this jet ski? Picture jet skis and stuff. He's like, it's like one of the coolest things that da da. And he was like, have you ever jet skis? He said, no, I can't because da, da. I'm like, why can't you just get on a jet ski anywhere?
Because he's not a citizen of anywhere. Like he's
right. It's supposed to. He can't go. Because it'll change the times.
Right, like you said, members of the TVA can't just be popping up in the timeline all
even
over
though
the
he
place.
could just go in the middle of the ocean and get on the jet ski and nobody even know he
Where would the
there.
jet ski come from?
Well, I mean,
it's got to be a jet ski.
he can
that
bring
exists.
it with him through the time door.
Nah, but like he doesn't own a jet ski. There's no jet skis in the TVA. He would have to get.
They can make people. They can make a jet ski.
They probably could, but they ain't
They
going
got
to.
technology.
Who's gonna make it for him?
Okay,
I'm just saying, like he'd have to.
You act like he can't get one.
I'm saying this is a.
He could go to anywhere
bro,
at any time.
You are underestimating the power of bureaucracy. He'd had to fill out so many forms, which would mean he had to prove that he needed a jet ski. And since they just time portal to everything, he doesn't need a damn jet ski.
I think this.
He'd have to pick one up.
Okay, so
GTA
I think that whole scene was leading up to Mobius might be like, disgruntled enough to, I ain't gonna say join Loki, but he definitely gonna get off script.
I mean, there's probably gonna be a scene at some point of him.
They plant the
seeds,
seeds,
ski, but
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I believe they plant the seeds for that. It makes sense.
All right.
I mean, because why would he stay on script? I mean, you just a servant.
I mean, they've already shown he kind of wants to be off script.
Right. That was the point. That was the whole point of the jet ski thing.
Yeah.
And you made this big spiel about how he couldn't get a jet.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that there's no way he's gonna be able to get a jet ski from the TVA. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you see how when they go in timelines, and then they can make people forget. What's the difference?
They don't make them forget. They disintegrate the branched timeline. It ceases to exist.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Get rid of the timeline. You go to somewhere in a time where they got a jet ski competition.
That's paperwork, though.
No.
Nah, that's paperwork, bro.
That ain't paperwork.
For him, that's paperwork.
That ain't paperwork.
That's paperwork.
Do you want to drive the jet ski or not? What's just paperwork? What is just do the paperwork,
dude? If he takes one of those reset things out and uses it, they're gonna know he did it because they keep track of all that.
All right,
shit.
I'll do some paperwork. I don't care. I'm gonna go to where they have this one timeline,
bro,
where they having a jet ski
you getting demoted.
Competition.
You probably gonna get reset your damn self.
Whatever. I would have been gone. I'd have got on that.
They gonna do
jet
you
ski.
like old boy in episode 1,
and he didn't do nothing but complain. So
and you talking about a dude actually going AWOL to ride a jet ski? You think
I
they
didn't
ain't
say go AWOL. Ride the jet ski.
He's got to
come back.
It's not like it doesn't look like they get vacation time.
Okay. All right. It doesn't matter.
This ain't a real
get
job.
the jet ski.
It ain't like that. This is a normal ass office job, man.
So all right, moving on. Okay, where do we go from here on this episode? I'm sorry, on the show.
Right. So we figure out how the other Loki variant has been hiding from the TVA.
Right. And that's a way you can use your jet ski, but we don't want to go there. You find a way, and we'll just talk about. We'll do it like we did the Wanda and all that. We just do basically the spoiler, because you find, and what he found out was you find an event that's already gone or nobody survived, and there's no reason for the timeline to reset.
Yeah,
because
so like
it don't matter what's gonna change. It's still everybody's still gonna die.
so like doomsday events, like everyone dies, no survivors, no records left behind.
Well, see, I was thinking when you go to that timeline, it was just not the whole world. It's just
Well, it's just that in that place.
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be the end of a world. It just has to
Right.
be the end of that.
So
place.
they saying like if you go in there and you start changing whatever, it ain't gonna matter because they about to die in the next day.
right?
You know.
Well, like sooner than the next day, because like
Well, whenever you go.
well, like because like Pompeii was the one that they used to test their theory,
Right.
and so that was like within 20 minutes of them getting there, I guess.
Yeah.
Because some graffiti actually survived that eruption in
Did they
real life.
Did they show that? Oh.
Like
Really?
there's actually a whole website where they
Well, you
like
can see the-
catalog all the graffiti. Like it's the kind of stuff you find in like seedy bar bathrooms.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what your legacy is, huh?
That's the legacy
I
of
bet
Pompeii.
they had like art and all kind of stuff in there.
Yeah, that's the legacy of Pompeii. So and so got a
Well, they
hairy-
was also ashed, right? And they whatever they was doing when they got the ash went over them.
I mean, so like if they was getting it,
That's what I'm saying. Like, wasn't people like ashed in the exact position
Yeah.
they was in?
yeah,
Probably some people like, hey, world about the end, girl. You know, we gonna.
like
You don't want to die first.
I'm gonna have to shoot you that link so you can see some of the graffiti. It's like so and so got a hairy bush, stuff like that.
Okay. Really? This is
like-
back when?
79 AD.
So, anyways, so yeah, we get there and we're chasing his, his variant, which is him, and we finally get the reveal of the other Loki.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what you know
I was right.
about what.
They went with Lady Loki.
So, what about who is Lady Loki? What does she do?
So Lady Loki is just the variant they've chosen for the show, but there is no like specific Lady Loki in the comics. Loki is just gender fluid. So every now and again he just feels like being a chick. The two notable times that he's been a chick in the comics, one he commandeered a body that was meant for Lady Sif, and the other time he was trying to frame Scarlet Witch for something, so he turned into her.
Okay, so Lady Loki is just Loki as a lady,
Yeah.
dressed as or disguised as a lady,
Well, shapeshifted into, not so much disguised.
shapeshifted as a lady. So that could be the same thing.
It could be
Him
he's
shapeshifted
it
as a
could
lady.
be Loki trying to frame somebody, or it could just be that Loki felt like being a chick.
Okay, so that's what we got.
Yeah.
The Lady Loki, which a lot of people was calling for that actually, because I guess that's like is that a popular storyline? How is this a storyline in the comics that Loki ended
Not
up
that I know
joining the
of.
time
Not that I know of.
agency?
The TVA was introduced in opposition to the Fantastic Four. They had messed with the timeline, so the TVA got involved and they were brought up on charges. They had to work their way out of that, and through that is how we end up introducing Kang the Conqueror, who is the
So this definitely the Kang. I think this is
Kang
more
is,
for
Reed's descendant. So
yeah. I think this is moving to that,
yeah,
which I'm more interested in. I'm like, man, we need to get to that because we taking
Yeah.
too long. I think they feel like Tom Hiddleston charm is
wearing off.
well, no, I mean they think his charm is good enough to keep us at bay,
Oh, okay.
and I feel like I'm getting a little. I feel like it's getting to a point where it's. I ain't saying he not getting old, but he's not. His charm is not good enough to make me sit here and just listen to you banter about nothing in an office.
Yeah, I mean, like the setting doesn't really allow for much. You know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is so if you watching a cop show, how long do they be in the office?
5 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
They figure out what they got to do, and it's all about whatever
Yeah.
they got to go.
And like that's the thing is like with this, it's okay, we gotta go back to the TVA. We saw a thing for
Right.
5 seconds. We gotta go back
But
to the TVA.
but when they in the office, it's also led to figuring something out.
Yeah,
You know, which they kind of did that a little bit, but it was
but there's so much not that.
yeah, I know.
Like, how many times do we need to see them just sitting around talking about
Right.
nothing?
And then that's the problem I'm having. I'm looking like y'all better come on with you know, it ain't got to be action, but it's got to be leading up to some
Yeah.
action or something.
I'm looking forward to getting a better idea of what Lady Loki is actually trying to accomplish here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, she doesn't want to run the TVA. I'm assuming she plans to kill the timekeepers, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It like I said, it's it's interesting, but I'm having a hard time waiting to get to the meat of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, man, look, I know y'all think Tom Hiddleston is so charming, but the thing is, if we don't find out about these time people, what's going on with the villain, the main plot, a little sooner rather than later,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say y'all gonna lose me, but you know, I got that 1 foot kind of about to. It's kind of like, what's over there?
Like,
I'm about to jump off this.
I'm still already disappointed that this wasn't just Loki like evading the TVA, because I would have been happy to watch that show. You know, I would have loved to have that DB Cooper scene be him avoiding the TVA. You know, the Loki for president scene that we seen in the trailers. I would have loved to see that be him evading the TVA.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know exactly what's going on. They're not really being, 100%
Yeah.
open with it. But we are going to see. Loki did get away, and then we don't know that's going to lead to something. So we'll see.
I'm hoping we get to see some more variants other than just the 2 Loki variants we've seen.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
When you're playing with time, you can do a lot of things. We'll see.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun.
Especially the outcome of this episode will lead to some of that. So.
Yeah. Remember Time Cop, the movie with Van Damme?
Yes, I
That
did.
was actually a comic before that was a movie.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was a comic or a short story or something. You know, everything's always based. I find out
Everything's
nothing's
based
just
on
original.
something, yeah.
But anyway, it's got some similarities there, which is kind of fun. But
I might go watch Time
and
Cop.
matter of fact, Van Damme had the same haircut as Tom Hiddleston. That's just that long hair.
Back in the day.
But anyway, man, we're gonna wrap up. That's our review for episode 2 of the Loki show on Disney Plus. It's good. I'm just me personally. I wanted to move a little faster.
Yeah. Like, because I felt like it was, with these Wednesday premieres, it feels a little weird. You know, like, it almost feels like I'm watching it early. But it feels like it's moving slow.
Yeah. So, all right. Loki season 1, episode 2 is in the books. That is our review. We will be reviewing episode 3. We're going to do episode by episode reviews every week. So be on the lookout for episode 3 review. Probably next Wednesday. I'm going to try to do it the day it come out, because I feel like that's the day you got available. So, we should be able to get episode 3 in next Wednesday.
So in the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe. And when you do hit that subscribe button, do us and you a favor, hit that bell icon so you get notified anytime we post a video or go live.
Yes, we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.